The Wuhan virus is back, this time with a new name, BF7. The subvariant of Omicron, it's highly transmissible, it's highly contagious, and it can infect you even if you're vaccinated. Where is this subvariant circulating? So far, mostly in China, but it's spreading like wildfire there. Infecting people at an alarming pace, this begs the question, can this subvariant be contained to the mainland, or will it spill over to the rest of the world?
A few months ago, everyone was concerned that China would declare war on its neighbors, including India and Taiwan. Today, it appears that war is highly unlikely because China needs to find peace within its own borders. Beginning with the real estate crisis that developed after the country's second largest developer, which is also the world's most indebted company, defaulted on its loan payment in late 2021, sending their entire real estate sector into a spiral. Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taiwan sparked another turn of events that caused China to shift in its seat out of fear of losing the Taiwanese territory to the United States, while they were still tending to the wounds of the real estate crisis. The potential effects of this scenario were discussed in one of our earlier videos. Now moving on to the recent weeks, China has seen widespread protests against their strict zero-COVID policy as well as the simultaneous outbreak of the Omicron variant of the COVID-19 virus. The devastation caused by this wave is quite similar to the levels we faced in mid-2021. It has been claimed that this is directly related to the failure of their in-house vaccine, CoronaVac, and rapid relaxation of their COVID standards to silence the protests. It's believed that China has been misrepresenting the facts by reporting a smaller number of deaths, although the actual reality on the ground, with crematoriums operating around the clock, paints a very different picture. The second country to experience an increase in cases is Japan. But compared to China, their situation is much more tolerable. However, the Chinese situation is going to have a significant economic impact on them. Japan is a net exporter, which implies that the majority of its income comes from export of its goods and services to other countries. Given that China is one of its key trading partners, this circumstance has led the nation to lower its forecast for factory output for the first time in 6 months. Even our financial markets have fallen victim to the virus once more, as the major indexes saw a significant sell-off in response to the worldwide rise in cases of COVID and the resulting shift in public mood towards fear. Although studies indicate that 10% of the world's population and 60% of China's population will be infected by the virus over the next 90 days, with death toll running in the millions, this time the sell-off can be considered as an overreaction, as China is the only one at maximum risk right now due to lack of vaccination. According to genome sequencing data, this virus is a variant of the Omicron sublineage, and these strains have been present in India and the rest of the world for several months now. Therefore, there is no reason to panic because COVID data experts in India do not foresee the virus having a major impact on our country, but it's always better to be safe than sorry, so keep taking precautions. China now has to deal with the dual challenge of controlling the COVID outbreak and reviving its economy. To do this, the nation will need to focus on growing its consumption as well as making some important structural changes to revive the business sector. Otherwise, it will need to rely on its stimulus-fueled growth strategy for a little longer than expected. On that note, take care and stay safe, and if you like the content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay tuned with our upcoming videos.